ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। Okay, number 7. अमानित्वमदम्भित्वम्
अमानित्वमदम्भित्वम्
अहिंसा क्षान्तिरार्जवम्
अहिंसा क्षान्तिरार्जवम्
आचार्योपासनं शौचम्
आचार्योपासनं शौचम्
स्थैर्यमात्मविनिग्रहः
स्थैर्यमात्मविनिग्रहः
इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम्
इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम्
अनहङ्कार एव च।
अनहङ्कार एव च।
जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधि दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम्
जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधि दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम्
आसक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः
असक्तरनभिष्वङ्गः
पुत्रदारगृहादिषु
पुत्रधारगृहादिषु
नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम्
नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम्
इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु
इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु
मयि चानन्ययोगेन
मयि चानन्ययोगेन
भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी
भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी
विविक्तदेशसेवित्वम्
विविक्तदेशसेवित्वम्
रतिर्जनसंसदि
अरतिर्जनसंसदि
अध्यात्मज्ञाननित्यत्वम्
अध्यात्मज्ञाननित्यत्वम्
तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम्
तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम्
एतज्ज्ञानमिति प्रोक्तम्
एतज्ज्ञानमिति प्रोक्तम्
अज्ञानं यदतोऽन्यथा
अज्ञानं यदतोऽन्यथा
ज्ञेयं यत्तत् प्रवक्ष्यामि
ज्ञेयं यत्तत्त्वप्रवक्ष्यामि
यज्ञात्वामृतमश्नुते।
यज्ञात्वा यज्ञात्वामृत sorry यज्ञात्वामृतमश्नुते
अनादिमत्परं ब्रह्म
अनादिमत्परं ब्रह्म
न सत्तन्नासदुच्यते
न सत्तन्नासदुच्यते
सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत्
सर्वतपाणिपादं तत्
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखम्
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखम्
सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके
सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके
सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति.
सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति.
Yeah. So from Shloka number 12, Bhagavan Krishna said, I'm going to talk about Nyayam. Nyayam. What is Nyayam? I'm going to tell you. And he started telling it in that Shloka itself from the second line. In fact, from the second half of the first line itself. Yad jnatva amritam ashnute. Phalam. He said, what is the benefit of knowing this? Yeah, amritam ashnute, we saw that. Then what is that Nyayam? Anadimat param brahma. Na sat tat na asat uchyate. Very beautiful shloka which Swami Atmatriptanandaji taught us almost it could be a year ago or less or more. Okay. And by the way, I wrote him a note that we remembered him during this class. He was very happy, and he agreed to come back to us, come back and teach us. So we just have to work out a time. So uh, Anadimat, this Brahma is Anadi. It is Ajab. There's no birth, therefore Anadi. And then Na Sat Tat Na Asat. Very important shlokas these are. How it's all presented. That's why it's not philosophy, because philosophy is prose. For us, we are getting it in the form of chantable verses. And so even if we don't know what the shlokas say, we can keep chanting it and pass it on to next generation also. Because chantability gives us the ability to transmit. Therefore, Vedas are Shruti. And even at a time when it was not written, it used to be passed on from generation to generation. So, therefore, we can't call all this, but we are studying philosophy. Using the word philosophy downgrades Vedanta and it upgrades something else. So, we don't want to do that. Okay. So, think about it. In Sat, we saw it is neither cause nor effect, or it's not the type of existence you have in mind. Na Sat. It's not like saying, hey, pot exists. Pot exists. Pot doesn't exist. Sometimes it won't exist. Sometimes it will exist. So this kind of variable existence, no, that is not what Sat. It is not Sat, that variable existence, right? Coming and going existence. Agama pai sattvam, it is not. Okay. That we saw last time. Okay. Neither it is non-existent. Because if you think it is, oh, it's all ashaddam, asparsham, arupam, agandhavachayat, and all you say, and so it can't be smelled, it can't be seen. Therefore, it doesn't exist. Because what exists, you must be able to at least hear about it, that somebody has seen it, right? Like that. So, no, nobody has seen it. And one second. See, that's why studying in ashram and all is different. Because you don't have to tell people, lower your voice, close the door, open the window. All these things you don't have to do. And all these things we have, we're living with all that. It's good, amazing how what all we live with. So, this shloka number 14, Sarvata Panipadam. Okay. So we have to see, it's very easy to translate this shloka, correct? Sarvata Panipadam Tat. Everywhere, Brahma, that Brahman's legs, hands and legs are everywhere. Or all hands and legs are Brahma only. Okay. And Sarvato Kshishiro Mukham. Akshi is eyes, and then Shira is head, Mukham is face. It has its hands and legs everywhere, and eyes and ears, and this one, head and face everywhere. Okay. Sarvata Shruti Malloke. Shruti means ears, their ears. All ears are Brahma's ears, Brahman's ears. Okay. Sarvam Avritya Tishtat. Brahma is all pervasive. That's all. That is the meaning of the shloka. So we have to review a little. We have to spend a little bit of time here. Okay? If Brahma is everything, it sounds it's reminds us of science. Why it reminds us of science? Because science is trying to get to the bottom of things. Correct? Bottom of things. Bottom of things means what? Tell me more. What is this? This is not metal. Okay, solid, liquid, gas, that's great. But then I need to understand more. What is there inside that solid? What is inside that liquid? What is inside that gas? Okay, that is science. And so, all the way down to atomic particle level, further atoms broken down, protons, electrons, neutrons broken down. And I don't know all the theory because positron, this and that, they have all. When I studied in school, I never heard of positron. But after that, I heard. So, like this, there are so many particles, and then finally they're talking about quarks, and then they're further analyzing. Good. You can't help it. You know why? Because that mind, the thinking mind, wants to know the truth. It will analyze and it will find out more. This is the human mind. That's how it is. Animal will not do that. Animal need not know all that. Animal needs to know how to survive. That's about it. The other day I was seeing videos about this. We call this a goat called ibex, ibex. And these ibex goats, you know where they live? They live on cliff, not mountains, cliff. At least if they live on mountains, you can see, they're grazing on mountains and all. No, no, no. Vertical cliffs. It's almost vertical, just a little slanting. These goats, they are big, okay? They are 100 pounds, not simply some flying. They can't fly at all. They are very good at climbing these vertical walls, almost vertical walls. You just look up ibex and then you'll see the videos. And it seems their salt needs are so much that the salt that is there in the rocks, they have to just have the salt. Otherwise, there's bones and nervous systems will just break down. Their need for salt is so much. And the baby is following the mother, climbing vertically, and the baby is shaky a little bit. You wonder, you want to see suspense movies? You don't have to pay any money. You just have to go to YouTube and see the suspense. That's it. It's enough. It's suspense. And they're running also. You think they're walking and slowly climbing? No, no slow and all that. They are just running. It seems their legs also have suction cup like this one quality is. So that's it. These goats live like that. They don't need any awards, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan for doing all this. Nothing. They don't need. Now these Asian games are going on, and the Indian medals and all. They're talking gold, silver, bronze, canoe, 1,000-meter canoe. India got a bronze. Like that, I saw some news. They don't want any of these things. They're just leading their lives. And the eagle is watching. And eagle is saying, going to look for a good opportunity. And then it comes and attacks. And then pushes somebody down. Pushes or even grab. Eagle can grab also. And grabs and then drops it. These games are going on. Okay. So that's all the animal's life. Animal is not interested in figuring out what is the salt I'm eating. No. But the human mind will want to figure out. So this is how the human mind works, and so analyzing more and more. What is the use of analyzing? Hey, just watch TV and enjoy life, right? Like that Charvaka guy says. What does he say? Yavat jivet sukham jivet. As long as you live happily. That's it. And then what is it? Uh, Ghritam pitva, Vrinam kritva ghritam pibet.
Dum baby.
Just drink ghee. And then even if you have to borrow money, keep on borrowing and drink ghee. Means enjoy life. That is the mean. Why? He's giving a reason now. He's saying, hey, Basmi Bhutasya Dehasya. This body is going to be burnt at the end. Basmi Bhutasya Dehasya. Punaragamanam Kutaha. There is no question of coming back. You people are talking about Puro Janma, Punar Janma, this Janma, and then Moksha, Giksha. What is all this nonsense you're talking about? This body is gone, that's over. So at least enjoy life. One friend told me this other day. He's a Madhva. And so he was trying to justify, etc. Said, yeah, you just have to enjoy life. That's it, over. Enjoy life. That means what? Advaita Vedantis are not enjoying it. My God, what a thing it is. So that's why Swamiji would say, Advaita Vedanta teachers should be happy teaching all these things. You can't say, oh, Brahma, it's all Brahma. Okay? Nasat annasat uchyate. It's neither truth nor not truth. It is neither cause, neither it is effect. Is this like that you have to teach? So he said, don't teach like that. Someone used to say all the time. So anyway, science, inquiring into the truth, into the nature of reality. And that's why scientists, people who think like that, they love Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta, they will love. Because it's all rational. It's all rational. Rational. And then at some point, rationality will not work. Correct? Okay. Not irrational. Rationality will not work, but that jump we are going to see now. Okay. So anyway, so that this analysis of substances, analysis, particles, chemistry, physics, quantum physics, everything is used. It's all being used in our labs. Don't think just because we don't know anything on these things, it's all there. The minute you go to the lab, they will start analyze. Every test is an analysis. They'll say creatinine. You and I don't know what creatinine is. Hey, the biological processes in the body produces some a waste material called creatinine. And so the doctors figured out, the medical community, that if I can measure creatinine in the blood or in the urine, I can get an idea of this kidney, because kidney is supposed to take away, filter out these toxins and then throw it out. What a beautiful system it is. And so if creatinine is high, creatinine, then doctor gets some idea. Okay, some function is not working, something is not right with the kidneys, whatever. So that creatinine, there is a molecule called creatinine, and you knew that there is that. There was a time when people didn't know creatinine existed, so much research has gone. Clearly, we've come a long way, right? So, therefore, digging deeper and deeper and deeper, things go from visible to invisible, tangible to intangible. Okay, and used to be concrete. Now it is becoming less concrete. And you need special instruments to identify those less concrete things towards more and more abstract. And so that is how it is. But even though it is invisible, still we keep digging deeper and deeper because the mind is asking for it. Mind is asking, what is the purpose of life? For us, entry into this inquiry is, what is the purpose of life? I don't want to be a scientist. I don't need any Padma Shri awards. But what is the purpose of this life? That question, if somebody were to ask, then also we get into this inquiry, mode of inquiry. And so, science may say quark and all that, but Vedanta people, we will come and say, yes, our rishis have figured it all out. And that fundamental substance, that fundamental, whatever you want to call it, particle or wave, you have a doubt whether it is particle or wave. We have no doubt that fundamental entity is called Brahma or Brahman. Correct? And so that is how we start this journey, which is Ashaddama Sparsham Arupam Agandhavachayat, etc. Tatharasam Nityam Agandhavachayat. All that. In second chapter itself, we saw many attributes. Ajo Nitya Shashvatoyam Puranaha, all that we saw. And so that Brahma seems like a jumble of words. Yeah, sometimes it appears like that. What to do? What to do? Because we're not used to hearing all these things. We're so busy with Artha, Kama, and Dharma that this Ashaddam and all it looks very vague. What is this? What is this? Don't, you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't think of it, you can't. Hey, you can't think of it, but still I'm studying this. Okay, what do you want? It's all contradictory. Yes. Swamiji gives an example. It's like coming from bright light into a dark room or into a dimly lit room. The eyes have to get used to it. It's all. Or you saw this headlights. By mistake, you saw some bright thing. By mistake, sometimes we see very bright things. By mistake. Then why it is mistake? Because after that thing, you can't see anything. It's all round circles and everything floating around. Exactly same thing. Prayo margaha. Too busy in prayers. No time for shreyas. Correct? That is so it takes a little acclimatization, getting used to. Yeah, it's all vague. Seems like a jumble of words. Yeah, it's okay. Allow yourself to get lost in it. Then magic can happen. Correct? That's how it is. That's how all of us get into this journey, right? None of us know any of this until we until we get into it. Right. so so that's why all the other things are needed. That's why karma bhumi is needed. This is what this bhumi can do to us. This Ministry of Culture, I'm doing a project with them. I told you this many 20 top Hindu organizations got together and all. I represented Ashram Devakulam. So 20 of us are there. They are doing a project to prove that Hindu organizations can work together. It's a very nice goal, laudable goal it is. That's the main goal. They are preparing some kind of FAQ, frequently asked questions about. Because I told you, the one topic that came up, I suggested it came up top, which is these misconceptions about Hindus. Sanatana Dharma abroad, not in India, abroad, outside India. So that became a big topic. Now they have given this homework to all of us. Now, the problem with being part of teams is you end up getting a lot of homework. That's a problem. So everybody is given something to write. They have given me a topic. The topic is, it's a random lottery, okay? And the topic is, India is backward. That is because of the Vedas. Okay? I'm supposed to write on this. It was due on September 30th. I wrote to them, I said, you know what? I wrote some stuff. I had some ideas. But I need a little more time. So they have extended the time by 2 more weeks. Everybody said, Tali, Tali bajao, Tali bajao. So, uh, why I said all that is this bhumi, this karma bhumi is needed for getting these kinds of ideas. Tyaga, ahimsa, all these things only in this everywhere else bhoga bhumi, bhoga bhumi. That is why places where all the native cultures have been exterminated, they can't they can't survive happily. In general, I mean, okay, don't. I'm not making any judgments on anybody, but that bhoga bhumi, it becomes a bhoga. This is karma bhumi here. Okay, so now that's That's a background to the background. Now let's look at some. We have to do some analysis, right? Now, let's take an example like white horse. White horse. Okay. So if you take a word like white horse or tall tree or bright shirt, okay, take words, phrases like that. White horse. In this phrase, the word horse is a noun in grammar, in English grammar. The word horse is a noun. The word white qualifies that noun and therefore called an adjective. This is basic English grammar. Probably in other grammars also, even in Sanskrit also, Visheshanam and Visheshya. Visheshya means that which is qualified, which is a noun, and Visheshanam means adjective, a qualification. Okay, fair enough. That's because it's an adjective because a horse can be of any color. It can also be big horse, small horse. It can be different colors, brown horse, white horse, black horse. We've seen all these horses. Gray horse, possibly. Okay. So, therefore, white horse makes sense. You are qualifying a particular horse by saying white horse. Okay, good. And so, sizes small, big, tall, short, tall person, short person, fat, thin, lean, all these things. These are all adjectives to various words, various objects, which are all called noun. Okay. Therefore, in this phrase, the word horse, which we have called as noun, represents what? What is the difference between noun and adjective? The noun is the actual substance, actual thing, actual object. And this adjective is a quality, some aspect of this substance I want to highlight. There are many attributes to this object. Horse is big, horse is running, it's a fast runner, fast horse, okay, etc., etc. I can say. So many attributes are there. Among that, one attribute I take color and then I say white horse. The adjective is a property, attribute, correct? Property. Let's use a word called property, which we all commonly understand. Adjective is property, noun is substance. That which is substantial, correct, is called the noun. I don't want to use the word object. The substance, I want to use it. Object is okay, but substance is better. You'll see that. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you another example. I'm going to give you another example. Golden bangle. Golden bangle. Okay. That's also same phrase, right? Golden bangle. And in English, golden bangle. Bangle is the object. Bangle is the substance. Or bangle is the substance, or no, maybe. Golden. Golden is the attribute to bangle. But which one represents substance in this case? Very interesting because gold is the one that represents the substance of which the bangle is made. Gold is the significant thing in the bangle. Bangle is just a name and form. Just a name and form. Then what is gold is? That is, gold is the most important thing. Don't you know this? All married people, all family members know about gold. Whenever marriages come, no marriage, Indian marriage occurs without gold. I don't know how this happened, but it has happened. Gold. And investments, long ago, I remember one of my friends, he used to keep on saying gold, gold, gold. I said, what gold are you talking? We're all studying Sanskrit and Vedanta. This guy talks about gold. I said, did I confuse you? I mean, because a gold example I gave, you went into gold. No, no, Ekumarji, you have to invest for the future. And all he was talking. So gold becomes an instrument of investment and instrument of investment. Okay. All right. And so gold is very much in our consciousness. And another reason, you want to get your granddaughter married, what do? Take all the old gold ornament, old is old fashioned. And now it's all old. So you take it and then you give it to them, and then you want the newer design, newer. The necklaces are all newer design. Now old is fashioned, they don't want. So newer designs are there. So at that point, he's weighing what? He's weighing he doesn't care about whether it is a bangle or a necklace or the ring or whatever. The substance has the value. That is the most valuable. Therefore, in this example, what happened? Golden bangle, I thought the noun means substance and adjective means property, but here it's the opposite. Adjective is a substance, noun is what? Noun is what? Now I have to search for words. I have to search for words. Noun is quality, attribute, property, can I say? Okay. Let's say property. Let's say it like this. A gold which has taken the form of a bangle. Gold which has taken the form. Gold can take many forms. Okay, look at this almara. Look at all the different golden ornaments that are there. Can take many forms like ring and necklace and and so on and bangle and so forth. I'm not even getting words out. Beyond three examples, I can't give also. Maybe there are many. They put some things on the waist, and then what else? Some chain. Anyway, there must be the earring. Yeah, I forgot earring. And then they put something on the head also. Okay, so all these things are different forms of the same golden ornament. So what we have done now is in this example, we have changed the definition of adjective and noun. Noun can now not only be substance, but in this case, it is property. Property, a form. Form is also some type of property. And adjective, what used to be in white horse, adjective was a property, but here adjective is substance. Correct? Two different examples, even though grammatically adjective, noun, but what is referred to by the word adjective and the noun are completely different in these two. And our our Swamiji says, because of this, two ways we can put it. Okay, so we can have two things now. The word noun can either refer to a property or a substance, and the word adjective also can either refer to a property or a substance. How many teachers in our school taught like this? At least my teacher did not teach all these things. I have to come all the way, make a big circle all over the world, and then come back, and then I'm learning all these things. Okay. And so we have changed this definition. At least we have appreciated there are two ways of looking at it. Or rather, these words can have two different meanings. Okay. And so Swamiji, Puja Swamiji will say, therefore, if you don't want to give two definitions to adjective and two definitions to noun, is very confusing. Therefore, you say you want adjective to be adjective only, property, and noun to be substance only. If that's just your idea of adjective and noun, yeah, then you have to say it is bangly gold. It's bangly gold. What are you wearing? Oh, nice bangly gold. I should say like nice chainy gold. Nice chainy gold. Oh, nice ringy gold. Like that, you have to talk to each other. Nice ringy. But that can confuse people too much. If you talk like that, then life will become difficult. Actually, it won't be easy at all. So don't change your language. Just mentally, you just keep in mind that's all. You can keep saying golden bangle, nothing wrong with it. And so you have to say bangle gold to really say, okay, bangle is the adjective to gold. Why? Because bangle is a property of the gold. It's a form of the gold, and that form is always changeable, and therefore, and the gold can be made into something else, and then that becomes a chainy gold or ringy gold. What doesn't change is the substance. Substance can't change, right? Permanence must be there. That's why we call it substance. So, so with that is one part of the introduction. Yeah, and so I hope you're all there and listening to me, right? So at least some of you should be shaking your heads. Otherwise, I will go on and on like this, sendingly good, bagly good, and all. And somebody else, one of my students said, this Wednesday morning classes are very refreshing. The booster, it gives a boost, it seems. And then boost, then I found out later on what boost means. These guys get up early in the morning, come to class, and Jayakumar is very good at putting us to sleep. That power nap, there's nothing like that. And so nobody wants to miss this power nap. I hope at least some of you will disagree with that. And so we'll continue this, okay? And so now, this is now Vedanta is entering now. Vedanta is entering. Bhagavatam and all we would have read. Yeah, it's important. All the stories, Dhruva and all important. Dhruvaha means permanent. Look at the way they are talking about this permanence through stories. That's the greatness of all our Puranas. Prahlada's story is beautiful, very inspiring. And then you have to ask, wait a minute, tell me a little more about this Narasimha and this pillar and this. It has to mean something. What does it mean? If you ask, game gets over, the whole direction changes. Thanks to all the stories, right? And so now Vedanta comes in. And Vedanta says, let's continue the discussion. Okay. Okay. Now, there's so many things in this room, in this place. Okay. There is a table, there is a box, there are newspaper, there are books are there, more books are there, more books are there. And there is another small table, there is a phone, there are glasses are there. Of course, our Bhagavad Gita book is there. Is there, is there, is there. Everything is there. Clock is there. Clock also. I keep the clock in the front like this. Okay. Because I have to keep track of time. So clock is also there. Everything is there. Table is, chair is, clock is, computer is, light is. So many things exist. Okay. Now, how do I convert this to the language I know? Adjective noun language. Okay. I can say, this is an existent clock. Can I say this is an existent clock? Existent clock, I think, is acceptable. Okay. Existent book, existent computer, existent table. Okay. All that is acceptable, I think. And in the phrase existent table, what is adjective? What is noun? I think you'll agree with me. Table is noun. Existent is adjective. Sundariji is smiling. And existent, she figured it out. Once she's figured, she's telling, I know what's going to come. Existent is adjective and table is noun. That's what that is the reality. Because table can be existent, table can be non-existent also. Existence is variable. Table is fixed. Okay. You know what? This is what science will say. But then, and non-existent also. Why? Because non-existent is there. Do you see an elephant here? Well, at least near me, there you don't see an elephant. And out there also, there is no elephant. Because if there was an elephant there, then we wouldn't be having a class here right now. There will be something else going on. And by the way, Coimbatore elephants possible. Okay, so it's not a. Don't say it's an impractical example. It's in Coimbatore. It's a practical example. People will tell, no, there are elephants there in that road. So be careful. All traffic will come to a standstill. That's
Many
it.
times the Anagati ashram elephant come.
Standstill. That's it. They have to wait until the elephants cross. Bunch. They always travel in 5, 6, 7 group family. So elephant doesn't exist. Person exists. Clock exists. Existent clock. Existent person. Non-existent elephant. Therefore, it's an adjective. The word existent is an adjective. Okay. Now, in this adjective noun, what does noun we saw can represent substance or property. Adjective can represent substance or property based on the two examples, white horse and golden bangle. We learned that. Therefore, now when I say existent table, if existence is adjective, what is it? Is it a property or substance? Property. What about table? Is it property or substance? It's not property, it's substance. Don't convert table into a property. It's substance, it's the solid stuff that I'm qualifying by saying it is existing or not existing. This is what majority, the science, this is what it will say. People will say, agree with that. All of us will agree with it. Vedanta comes in and says, my dear friend, this is where Maya has come and made you make a big blunder. Big blunder, not an ordinary blunder. It is a huge blunder because it is a cause for punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam. One big blunder is there. And here the blunder, what do you mean by blunder? What are you saying? What I'm saying is that in existent table, you are saying table is substance, existent is adjective property. I am saying Vedanta comes and says table is property, existence is substance. That is how. This is it. This is Vedanta. This is Advaita Vedanta. Existence is the substance. Existence is substantial. Existence is the basis on which table rests. Existence is the basis, and table is like the bangle, which can be any form. And bangle, like bangle rests on gold, table rests on existence. Clock clock depends on existence. Means the fundamental substance of the clock is existence. The fundamental substance of the table is existence. Fundamental substance of this computer is existence. Fundamental substance of the human being is also existence. Fundamental substance of Jupiter is also existence. They say existent Jupiter. That is what it means. Jupiter is name and form. Okay? This is analyzed by people. Don't think only Advaita Veda analyzes this. This is there in a Tarka Shastra. Tarka is all very big argument. Define existence. Define objects. What is an object? This is how they talk. That's why you go to Tarka classes and all, you have to have a lot of patience and a lot of dhriti. The staying power must be there. And so, the Tarka is important. Look, Advaita Vedanta is there. Then you've got, Vedanta is there. Then you've got other darshanas. Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika. They're all Tarka Pradhana darshanas. They're all 100% logic based. What about Advaita Vedanta? 100% it's not logic based. Illogic also is there in Advaita Vedanta. No, it's not like that. We are also logic based only. But you can't jump from the finite to infinite using logic. Shastram, Shabda Pramanam has to be brought in. Shabda Pramanam only can talk about the infinite. No science has ever figured it out. They are exploring the infinite, all right, but it's all through finite terms and finite analysis only, finite elements. There's a branch of mathematics called finite element analysis. Anyway, that's different. So, therefore, this is analyzed by all our people. Don't think only Advaita Vedantis are analyzing. No, analyzed. But conclusions are all different. That's where the problem lies. And therefore, let's not leave our friend aside in this great, fantastic discussion, correct? Otherwise, he'll get upset. He will tell me after all the class is over, he'll come and complain. He'll say, this is the time you should have brought me up and showed it to everybody. Showed me to everybody. And you didn't do it. And so, in order to prevent that kind of outcome, I said, okay, clay pot, clay pot. Clay is the adjective, pot is noun. And what type of adjective it is? Is it a property adjective or substance adjective? Clay. Clay is substance adjective. And noun, what is what type of noun? Is it substance noun or quality property noun? Normally we say it is substance, it is noun, it's solid, pot. Pot is pot, right? And then Vedanta says, if that is what you keep on saying, even after listening to Vedanta, we will say there is clay in your head also. Not only in the hand there is clay, in the head also clay is there. That's what we will say. This is Pujya Swamiji. Pujya Swamiji, though, we have to give it off to him. The way he dramatizes, and I told myself, without this kind of, we have to, parampara, we have to protect the parampara, right? So, this noun is now a property, has become a property, and the substance, the clay, the adjective has become substance. We have completely reversed the role of the adjective and noun. Correct? Clay pot, golden bangle, okay, existent table, all these examples, right? And casually, father is teaching the son in Chandogya Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad, son is just come from Veda Patashala. Poor guy. He's looking forward to get married, okay? And then, because after Veda Patashala and all, he's supposed to get married. They have to get married. There can't be a gap between having graduated from the Veda Patashala and then once he is out, his ashrama has to change. Tradition was like that. So immediately they look for a bridegroom, and then get married. Because that is the only time he can do all the karma. Agnihotra and all only a married person can do. Having studied all these things, having done Agnihotras for other people, this guy, once he leaves the Sangha, he has to get married. And so this Uddalaka comes. I mean, Uddalaka is the father, Shvetaketu is the son. And son has to get married. Instead, father is teaching him Vedanta. Casually teaching Vedanta and says, Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asi. That existence was there before. The what was there was existent. Existence. What is there now is existence. What will be there also is existence. Everything else is name and form. Vacharam Padam Vikaro Namadeyam. Hey Somya, oh pleasing one, oh beautiful son of mine. Okay? Everything else is name and form. Like all the objects are names and forms, but there is only one. Brittika ityeva satyam. That's it. Oh, casually says it and walks away. That's how it is. That is Advaita Vedanta. And everything else is name and function, name, form, function. Okay, yeah, clay can't serve me, really speaking. It has to be shaped into something. Only then it can offer service. I was there in Indore, And in Omkareshwar, they were giving uh, tea in clay cups. They're all clay cups. And they were actually washing the clay and all. I saw them washing and all. It was done properly. And so that was very interesting. It was very interesting. It's a bit heavy. Heavy. That too, that clay was just heavy piece, that one cup, this big sized cup. And it was, sometimes you wonder, it's so heavy. These boys are carrying these things, okay? And they're just struggling to carry because clay is very heavy. So nice idea, but you have to find a way out. Anyway, so Sadeva Soumya idamagra asit agre. Agre means beginning, there was only existence. Ekameva dvitiyam. There is nothing else. Or the father is telling the son like this. And so that that is fundamental. That existence is fundamental. Therefore, it is absolute. Ekameva advitiyam. Absolute. If you want to use English words, we are constrained to use certain English words. And of course, is it tangible or intangible? Because I'm used to, you have to prove to me. You can't simply say and go like that. Not possible. Entire world, I can see. If I don't know how to prove it, somebody else will prove it for me. Like this, you have to prove it. Okay. And I'm experiencing gold, bangle, this, that, clay pot, everything is there for my experience. And you have to prove it to me. This magic you have to prove to me. It's a magic, no doubt. You know why it's a magic? Because converting a noun to an adjective to a noun, you go tell this to any teacher. No English teacher will accept all this nonsense. Who put all these things in your head? My dear son, because we're all sons to our teachers, sons and daughters. That's how they even now they address like they're having these golden jubilee celebrations for my school. And so they're inviting. So, son, how are you? No, they're of course very respectful. They'll call by name. But then, who put all these things, ideas in your head? Have you been attending some Zoom classes? Because I see these problems everywhere. So, this is called magic. This is the Vedanta magic. And those days, we heard of P.C. Sarkar. I remember. I never saw him, but I heard of P.C. Sarkar. And then I went to America. And there is this craze. There is a guy called David Copperfield. And believe it or not, this guy came to Purdue University when I was doing my master's or PhD. Okay. And he came to Purdue. And guess what? I purchased a ticket. Okay. Those days, $10, $20 and all, too much. And so still I paid my way through and attended this magic show. He did all kinds of magic. And then he says at the end of the 2 hours or whatever, he says goodbye to everybody. He says goodbye, and suddenly he just takes off like that. He just takes off like that. And everybody's watching. It's just going up like this. Balcony, the balcony seating is there. He just goes there and then he says bye from there and walks away. What do you do with this? What do you do with this stuff? You can't do anything with this stuff. You can give all kinds of theories. You can go home and analyze and say, no, that's not possible. He's done this. Okay, he's done it means you go and do it then. He's done it. He's making a lot of money out of it. And you come and just put down the whole thing. So that's one kind of magic. This magic, on the other hand, very important magic for us to understand. At least that flying and all, if we can't do this, converting the noun to adjective and adjective to noun is the beginnings of Vedanta. Critical. Once we understand this, Vedanta, rest of Vedanta is a cakewalk. Cakewalk, really, I mean it. And so therefore, that's what father tells the son, Yatha Soumya Ekena Mritpindena Sarvam Mritmayam Syat. Hey, son, just like one ball of clay can make, one ball means pindam, one big ball of clay can make The whole world of clay objects, it's all clay. Yatha. Just like that. Vacharam bhanam vikaro namadheyam. Rittiketyeva satyam. He says, just like that, just like the clay is the satyam of the pot, just like that, the entire world is nothing but names and forms. Vacharam vanam vikaro namadheyam. Just a name and form. What about the substance? Satyam ekameva dvitiyam. Sadeva soumya idam agre asit. That sat which was there all the way from Anadi. That sat is the sat. Like that, he teaches, father is teaching the son in Chandogya Upanishad. Okay. Therefore, in Mundaka the other day when we chanted, the student is aware of that also. And wants to go into the teacher, and he was very clear about what he or she wanted. Kasminnu bhagavo vijnate sarvamidam vijnatam syat. He asked the question, tell me that, teach me about that one thing. Which if known, everything else is as good as known. As good as known. Not that when we know Brahma, we will end up knowing all languages. Suddenly all languages, jnanam of Chinese, Japanese, everything comes. No, nothing comes. I will still be struggling exactly like I was struggling before. Swami says, pocket will still be empty. But then some transformation has to occur here. That is all. That's all that matters. Okay. And so this is the background, right? And that is 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 taken for granted. It's taken for granted in all our transactions. You say tree is beautiful. The weather is beautiful. That is taken for granted. Weather is great. Weather is great. Good. That's nice. But that existence is taken for granted. And so that existence is the sat of the pot, the reality of the pot. And now this guy says, prove it to me. Prove it to me. Means maybe it is non-existent stuff. We are talking about some non-existent stuff and making it sound as though it is existent. Dear friend, correct. Good doubt you have, because I don't see existence anywhere. I see a lot of things, but I don't see existence. I don't hear existence. Something, you have to give me some proof. Correct. Better. Not bad. You're thinking. You're really using your brain now. That's good. I'm happy that you're doing it. And father will say, no, you can't experience it. You can't experience it means what? When you say pot is, existence is very much there. In you, existence is there. In pot also, existence is there. Unfortunately, existence is always mixed up with name and form. Mixed up with name and form, which you call this world, beautiful world. Okay? Beautiful, ugly, all that you call. That world is mixed up with existence. Nama, Rupa, and existence are mixed up. Always. Only that mixed up existence you can perceive. When you say my eyes are working well, or when you say I'm short-sighted, you are seeing things which are existent, no doubt, but that existent mixed with name and form. You can never perceive existence by itself. But so then how? Yeah, I'll give you a clue. That existence is you. That existence is you, my dear son, Soumya, Swetaketu. Hey, Swetaketu, it is you, Tvam. Okay. So, Atma, Tvam, Atma. Me? That existence is me? Yes, it is you. Now there's a problem. You know why there's a problem? Because in order for this boy to prove it is not existent, He has to prove what? He has to prove I am not existent. That's going to be a tough one. So that's why he is me? Me? Yes, me. You. You. You, the conscious being. Me, the conscious being. Yes. You cannot say, I don't exist. Cannot be said. I can try to prove that I don't exist. That is called Shunyavada. Don't think that's not there. Okay, we have all entire thali of ideas are there in India. Okay, we don't have to go anywhere to get these ideas. It's all available. It's called Shunyavada. Shunyavada says Aham Shunyaha. Non-existence is my real nature. What we will say is, even in to say that you're non-existent, you have to exist. Then somebody else comes and says, no, you're not non-existent, but you're not existent also. You're flickers of consciousness. Like the firefly flickers, like that, you're flickers of. Then, how do you know you're a flicker, my dear friend? You saw brightness, then you saw darkness, did you? Oh, then that's how you know you're flickers of consciousness. That means to see the darkness, you have to be aware. You have to be conscious during the time that it was dark. Therefore, we don't. What does he say? Balyadishvapi jagradadishu tatha sarvasvavastha swapi. Chakracharya. He says, one shloka is there.
Guru Ashtakam.
Te ham prana, Dakshinamurti stotra.
Dakshinamurti.
Pranamapindriyanyapi chalam buddhim cha shunyam viduhu. In one line, he compresses all philosophies that are there. What is one philosophy? Deham. I am the body. Deham. No, I'm not the body. I'm more than the body. What is it? Pranam. With all my physiological, respiratory, all that is pranam. Deham pranamapi indriyani. No, I'm sense organs. Indriyanyapi chalam buddhihi. Chalam buddhihi. Flickers of consciousness. Deham pranamapi indriyanyapi chalam buddhim cha shunyam viduhu. Shunyam also he brings in. Hey, viduhu, people say that Atma is Shunyam, Atma is Deham, Atma is Indriyani, etc., etc. Like that he says. And so here, Sa Atma, Father tells son what? Sa Atma Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi, what that existence, Jupiter existence, planet existence, galaxy existence, everything, that Brahma is you, Atma, Tattvamasi. He says, first of all, the existence is you. So suddenly I can't prove that it is non-existent. It is existent, no doubt, because I am crystal clear that I am existent. But then one more step. Hey, that Brahma that I've been telling you that is existence is you, the existence. Tattvamasi, Shvetaketu. Like that. Chandogya Upanishad 6th Adhyaya is a big topic for us Vedantis. And so, this is how the story goes. And this is the background that is needed. For this innocuous looking shloka, Sarvatah Panipadam Tat. Okay, where is the connection between Sarvatah Panipadam Tat and everything with noun and adjective we talked about? You think about it, there better be some connection. Okay, there is a connection. And so we will see that connection next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om